He'll be handling all of the duties behind center. It's a run. Smith up the middle.
That's a nice play to start opening. Right up the gut. Nice 5-yard pickup for the Patriots.
Number 45, Steve Smith, with a nice 5 or 6 yard pickup. This will bring a 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line. Ty Foreman to the near side at wide receiver. Long with the fake. He's rolling out to his right. It's a keeper. Eludes one tackler. First down, Yorktown.
Nice pickup on the sweep around the corner that time. Looking ahead so that we don't, in retrospect, so we don't go back in retrospect. I expect Yorktown to probably win this game pretty easily, given both programs tonight. But this is a good starting game, a good tune-up for them to start the season.
Absolutely a good tune-up. There is number 9, Maximilian. Nice run, crosses the 50 into Wilson territory. Good blocking up front by the Patriots.
Again, they keep it on the ground, and so far they have gained 27 yards on 3 rushing plays.
By the way, your center for Yorktown is Andrew Kane. Your guards are Ben Dean and Tim Tishman. Your tackles, Tom Cole and Nick Loney. They make your big boys up front. They make up the big boys up front for Kirby Long. Long again with the keeper. He's going to roll back to his right, cuts inside, gets to the Wilson 40, still on his feet, 35, 30, down inside the 30-yard line. Kirby Long with a nice run.
Very good scramble that time by Kirby Long. Looks like it was almost a play that was predetermined, and I think we're going to see this pretty much most of this evening, actually.
Touchdown, Yorktown.
This will bring a 1st and 10 for the Yorktown Patriots.
Here's a replay. You see him cut up through. I thought for a minute here he was going to go all the way, but caught right there at the last minute.
First and 10 for the Patriots. There's Maximilian again to the outside. He's taken down immediately.
Defensive play that time by Wilson's linebacker, number 52, David Burnett. He was right there on, read that play, smelled it out, and took him down.
This will bring up a 2nd down and about 7. A 3-yard gain there for Maximilian. Kirby Long shouting out his signals. The give up the middle. Steve Smith and McCary for Yorktown once again.
That's 2 really good defensive plays that time by Wilson, and this is going to be the first time there's a 3rd down, 3rd and about 4 for the Patriots. Maybe the first passing play of tonight, Afshin.
Are you making a prediction here, Chris?
I actually think the quarterback is going to run it, but I have no idea. Let's see if I'm right. I see maybe a sprint out.
3rd and a long 4 for Kirby Long. Got one wide receiver to the outside. This time he rolls to his left, throws it across the middle, it picked off. So Yorktown, with their first pass play, is intercepted.
Well, I can tell you right now, Coach Hansen will be very disappointed with that. But that's what I said earlier, about these games like this where you learn things, because right now what the quarterback will learn, you just can't throw it up like that. You're going to have to give it up. But it's early, and I think they can afford to make a mistake at this particular point.
All right, the quarterback for Wilson is Austin Bunchard. His running backs will be Nande Holmes and Gino Crump and Donald Farrell, actually. They use a 3 running back system once in a while. But they go into a one-back set. Harry Von Can is the wide receiver to the near side. Bonchart with the give, up the middle, upended. That is 34. Donald Farrell, upended, probably a loss of 1 or 2.
Yeah, nothing there that time. Good defensive play by the Patriots. They smelled that out.
A loss of 1, actually, so it brings up a 2nd and 11. At the 24-yard line, 2nd and 11 for Wilson. Austin Bonchard with the call behind his center. He's got 2 receivers to the deep side. It's a quick throw to Von Camp, to their tight end, actually, who's playing wide receiver on the near side, number 85, Harry Von Can.
Yeah, Harry Von Cam, the kicker, and the tight line is listed as a tight end. But nice catch that time and a pickup. And it's going to be 3rd and about 1 for the Tigers.
Von Can listed at 6'2", 195 pounds. 3rd down and 1 at the 34-yard line. A short 1 yard. There's the replay.
There again you see the quick out.
Trips left for Wilson. A handoff up the middle, up the gut, nothing doing.
He got it. I think he stopped right there at the 35-yard line.
I agree, Chris, but it looks like they're giving it.
Yeah, they gave it to him. They called it right away. First down.
So this will be a 1st and 10 for Wilson. Wilson, unlike Yorktown, actually mixing it up in their first series.
Well, it's just the first series, but I have to say I've been pretty impressed with the call selection by Wilson. And this may, for them for this season, may indicate good things. But it's still early. It's going to be a lot of things to work out this early in the season.
All right, Von Can is to the near side. Trump is to the far side. Borchardt rolling out. He was sacked right behind. He was sacked, a loss of about 2 there for Wilson. So this will bring up a 2nd and long.
Yeah, again, the quarterback tried to go down the line of scrimmage and look for a pass, but he was unable to do so. Here we see on the replay as he goes back. But Yorktown defense was right there waiting.
Come on, no line to your job. Tell them you're about your work.
All right, Danny Powell to the near side along with Gino Crump this time. So they're moving their receivers around, and so is Nande Holmes. Trips left for Wilson. Von Camp all the way to the far side. Borchardt under pressure, eluded the first pass rusher, and then was taken down immediately.
Well, I think the Wilson offensive line is going to have trouble with Yorktown's defensive line, and so plays like that, the quarterback is going to have to release it a lot quicker than that. You know, if you're going to take a 3-step drop, you got to take 3 steps and out. You can't go back looking around and holding on. That defensive line for Yorktown's going to be right on top of them all day. This game, anyway.
3rd and 18. Chris, for Wilson, the ball's on their own 25-yard line.
This is obvious passing now, don't you think?
I believe. Care to make a prediction on this one?
Actually, I'd like to just see them try to throw something long. If it gets intercepted, so it would be like a punt.
Borchardt looking to the right.
Let's go.
Caught by Crump.
All right.
So they get 10 yards back on that play, and that will enable them to get a little bit better position for the upcoming punt.
All right, Wilson to punt now.
That's okay. That's all right. Play hard.
An absolutely beautiful night at Greenbrier Stadium. Yorktown and Wilson. No score. 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. And there is a flag.
So they'll march it 5 yards back against Wilson. Failed procedure.
William Harris to receive deep for Yorktown. So this will bring up actually a 4th and 15, but they're still going to punt. 3:58 remaining here in the first quarter from Greenbrier Stadium.
got fans arriving here. It's going to be a pretty good night considering it's the opening night and a non-district game.
Shank the punt off to the side. Yorktown will have very nice field position to start off in Wilson territory.
You know, the thing about a shank like that, especially that short, is you have the defensive players running upfield. They can't see behind them, as you'll see here. Almost hit a Yorktown player in the back, and that would have given Wilson an opportunity to pick up possession. But Yorktown is in excellent position for their second series of downs, starting on the Wilson 45.
The Wilson 45-yard line. Great field position for Yorktown to start off their second series of the night. 3:43 remaining in the first. Long with the handoff to Maximilian. He loses the ball, pops out, picked up by number 7, Nande Holmes, and he's going all the way. No, he's not. Yep, he did. Nande Holmes.
This one goes all the way to the bank for Wilson.
Yorktown pays the price. Nande Holmes returns it. Maximilian was trying to leap one player. Ball pops out of his hand. Fell right into the hands of Nande Holmes, and he takes it all the way for the score. Wilson 6 right now. Yorktown nothing. 3:30 to go in the first.
You see on the replay, he's going all the way. Caught it in the air and touchdown, Wilson. This is going to be interesting. Not to make fun of the DC schools, but there's always an event whenever they kick extra points. This time, let's see if they can make it.
Von Camp with the kick. It's blocked. You called it.
Well, you know, actually having watched high school football for 30 years around the region, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, that's always been a weakness for the D.C. public schools, place kicking game. Occasionally you'll have a school that can do it fairly well. For the most part, most of the schools will actually line up for the 2-point conversion. They won't even bother kicking. But as you can see there, that was more like a soccer kick. It was more like trying to score a goal on a PK, because that was right into somebody's calf. That wasn't even in the backside, as high as the backside. So, but nonetheless, the Woodrow Wilson Tigers with a 6-0 lead here at Yorktown, and that's somewhat of a surprise.
6-0. Wilson looking good so far to start off this game. 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Well, you certainly have to say they look good on defense, because to 2 series and they've gotten 2 turnovers, 1 for a score. Can't do much better than that. And I know Coach Hansen has got to be pretty steamed about this moment to see his kids start off this way. They've had good field position and turned the ball over twice in the behind. On the other hand, just based on the first series, I think Yorktown has shown that if they can hold on to the ball, they can pretty much march up and down this field. But you got to hold on to the ball. And the other thing is, don't let a team that you should beat think that they can beat you. The longer you let them stay around, the more confidence they get. So you have to get rid of these turnovers and take control of the game.
Wilson set to kick off. It'll be the man who attempted the extra point, Harry Von Cam. William Harris is deep to receive this kickoff, along with someone else back there, Chris. I can't make out his number, though. Ty Foreman. Will Harris has it. He took it at about the 5-yard line. He's going up the middle with a lot of blockers in front of him. They just literally carry him past the 30 to about the 32, 33-yard line.
Okay, so Yorktown coming out with good field possession. I'm going to make a prediction, Afshin, right now on this series. Yorktown's going to score in this series.
All right, you all heard it.
Okay, you heard it. And there you see the replay, and right up through the wedge and down to 30. You know, coaches always teach you to go to the wedge. I always like to see guys going outside.
Go to the outside, don't you? First and 10, 3:20 to go. Yorktown. Long with the handoff up the middle.
All right, Justin.
What do you see so far? What do you see so far? I'm not talking about this game, but what do you see in the National District this season with the 3 high school football teams?
Well, seeing how I've seen everybody, no, I don't know, actually. I think it's pretty much in the national district. The same schools that generally you expect every year. You expect Yorktown to be in contention. You expect Edison to be in contention. You know, you probably think Mount Vernon's going to be in. The wild card that no one really knows about is Loudoun Valley coming over. Loudoun Valley is coming to the district this year. They were a AA school last year, and because the population in Loudoun has grown so much, and Loudoun Valley's enrollment in particular has grown, they had to leave AA and come over to AAA, and it was really quite a political decision about putting them in the national district. And I'm going to get back into that point a little later. We're going to pick up play here again.
All right, Chris, 2:15 to go in the first. It's third down and about 2 for Yorktown. Long with the gives to Maximilian. He's coming back inside. Gets the first down.
Nice drive there by Yorktown. And I think right now, Coach Hansen will probably call a series of these running plays and just churn out 5, 6, 7 yards of carry and just move it right down the field. Get them some confidence and get the players to hold on to the ball. I don't think you're going to see any trickery here. You'll just see them play straight running plays pretty much.
It's nice that Hansen went right back to Maximilian. It's first and 10 at the 48-yard line. That's Smith. Crosses midfield, gets 2 or 3 yards on the play.
It's fast, rather fast moving first quarter. We've got 1 minute and 26 seconds left. Some changes here at Yorktown since we last were here. A new scoreboard. Well, actually, it's probably been in for a few years. We haven't done a game in 6 years, I think, here. But they've got that, and we understand changes on the way. They're going to have the whole field ripped up, and we'll be starting to build a new football stadium and field here next year.
Long again up the middle, gives it to Smith. Smith is still on his feet. Nice run. Steve Smith.
Steve Smith, a great run, about a run of about 20 yards, and it's hard to bring down once he got his feet churning. And that's a first down for the Yorktown Patriots.
First down for the Patriots as they make it into baseball territory.
Yeah, this is the only high school stadium in Northern Virginia that has this setup where the football and baseball sports share the same field.
Your prediction may be coming true, Chris. It's first and 10, deep inside Wilson territory. There's Maximilian again. He's going to the right side. He gets by one tackler, still on his feet. Taken down near the sideline.
And I think, actually, that's probably going to be the last play of this particular quarter. Well, they may get one more, because the referee is going to start the clock at 25 seconds.
There you see Million breaking one tackle, breaking two, and then gets taken down inside the 10, right about the 9-yard line. Will be a first and goal, like the Coach Hansen's going back to Maximilian.
That's what I thought he'd do, just stay on the ground. You don't have to use anything tricky with this team. You just go right at the run.
All right, you see Kirby Long there. He rolls out, looking to throw, eludes one tackler, still on his feet, and gets taken out of bounds. Not quite sure where they actually marked him out of bounds.
And that was the last play of the first quarter, actually. So Wilson is going to go into the end of the first quarter with a 6-0 lead. I'm actually somewhat surprised that they did that, to be honest with you. I thought he would just run it right up the middle, but he was able to scramble and get about, I'm going to guess about 5 yards maybe. Looks like it's going to be second and goal from the 4.
Second and goal from 4, that's the end of the first quarter. The visiting Wilson Tigers up on the Yorktown Patriots, the homestanding Patriots 6-0.
Take a moment just to go back to what I was saying about Loudoun Valley. What happened was their enrollment increased, so they had to go from AA classification to AAA classification. And one of the things that happened, it was really a kind of acrimonious debate, because Loudoun Valley obviously is closer to the western Fairfax County schools, but they didn't want to play in that particular district because you got Centerville, Westfield, all the big schools over there. They didn't want to deal with that. So you know, they, you know, one of the things that I got to talk with some of the athletic directors about is this is probably going to be maybe 2 more years, but there's been talk in Charlottesville, Virginia High School League, that there is strong consideration of going to a 4th classification starting in 2 years. And we may have a 4A, and that's going to change the look of the northern region as well, because there's a lot of schools that are AAA now that will stay AAA. There's some schools that will move up to 4A. And so in the next 2 years, we're going to have some of those changes. Second and goal here.
All right, we open up the second quarter, 2nd and goal for the Patriots. Long with the give, touchdown, Yorktown.
Yep, touchdown, Yorktown. Not a single passing play. Well, not a single pass on that whole possession. Started the 31, I believe, so that's a 69-yard drive all on the ground. Touchdown for the Patriots.
And that was Maximilian with a 4-yard run. Maximilian, lots of carries so far in this first.
We have a extra point. I think Yorktown is probably a little more successful with these. Let's see. I've been right on one prediction. I said they would score in this drive, and I think they'll make this extra point too.
Okay, pal.
You 1 for 2, bro. 1 for 2. First quarter stats really quick. First downs, Yorktown 5, Wilson 1. Rushing yards, Wilson 4 for 10. Yorktown 14 for 24, I believe that is. Passing yards, 20 passing yards for Wilson, none for Yorktown. Time of possession, Yorktown's favor, 7 minutes, 43 seconds. Wilson scored in the first quarter on a fumble return for 60 yards. Opening up the second, Yorktown scores on a quick 4-yard jaunt by Maximilian. Score is now tied. The mixed extra point makes it 6-6. I always like these games, Chris, between two veteran coaches, two coaches from different schools. I believe that Yorktown and Wilson have never met before, maybe in a scrimmage, but both of them have been at their respective schools. Bruce Hansen at Yorktown, Horace Fleming at Wilson for 20, 25 years now.
Well, you know, I like these matchups too. And the other thing Virginia High School League did a few years back that actually was good is it used to be a time that when you played a team out of your state, even if it was a public school, you didn't get any bonus points or anything for that. And that rule has since changed. So you get bonus points for beating teams out of state public schools. Still don't get any points for private schools. But if it's a public school from another state, you get points for that. So that encourages schools to play more of those games.
All right, Yorktown to kick off. I want to get back and talk to you a little bit more when we can about moving up from a 3A to a 4A and how you feel about that in the upcoming season. And, you know, in the future. And maybe you can differentiate or tell the viewers exactly what a class 1A or 2A or 3A and a 4A school, what those schools are based on population.
Well, at this particular point, there are no 4A. It's still 3 classifications.
Yes.
And basically what they do is take all the schools in the state from the highest enrollment to the smallest one, and they break them in thirds. And then you have the top third is AAA, middle is AA, bottom is single A. They'll allow you to do what's called play up. In other words, if you're a AA size school but you want to play AAA, you can play up. But if you're a AAA size school, you cannot play down. You got to play in your classification. And after this kickoff, I'm going to tell you something, another first that's coming up next week involving my former high school. That is going to be interesting. I'm actually looking forward to. But right now, let's go back to Yorktown.
All right, the muffed kickoff. That is number 7 for Wilson. Nande Holmes, he's the one who returned that 60-yard fumble recovery back in the first quarter for Wilson. I was waiting. I was wondering how long it would be before Jeb Stewart would be mentioned on this telecast.
Well, you know, one of the things that's going to happen next week involving Stewart, which is a first, is Stewart is going to play George Mason High School. And this is the first time that a AAA school, which is Stewart, has played a single A school, which is George Mason. Has never been done in this region before. You've had AAA play double A, but you've never had AAA play single A. And that's going to be kind of interesting. And I give George Mason a good shot to win that game.
You're nervous, aren't you?
Some problems over in my former school, sad to say.
All right, now Wilson. Incomplete pass from Austin Bonchard. Intended for their wide receiver. That is number 2, Danny Powell. So bring up a second down and 2nd and 10. Ball at about the 21-yard line.
Very humid tonight, actually.
It is.
Think?
I do. I got beads rolling down my face, man. It is humid. Not as much hair up top now as I had, 6, 7 years ago when we did these games.
Into the neutral zone. Anytime you do that, it's an automatic flag. So 5 yards going to be marched off against the Patriots.
All right, that is offsides on the defense. Repeat second down. It's 2nd and 5 now. Wilson at their own 26-yard line. It's humid. I was looking at some of our camera shots a little bit earlier. Good crowd for September 1st on both sides of the field.
Yeah, it has been a good turnout tonight. And as I said, fans still coming into the stadium.
All right, there's a handoff up the middle.
Yorktown has always had, relatively good support, so to speak. Not to go too much in the past, the tendency of high school sports and football in general is not like it used to be years ago, like in the 70s when I was in high school. But nonetheless, there's some schools that still draw. Out in Western Fairfax, they draw really well. But Yorktown has had a good football program since Coach Hanson's been here. We're talking about over a 20-year period now. And Yorktown's always come out to support their team. Of course, when you win, that happens.
That always helps. It's 3rd down and 4 now with 11:02 to go in the first half. Looks like there is a flag on the field.
Yeah, we're getting a little sloppy here. Another flag, and we're talking about it. Let's see what the white hat says. We got Director Charles Smith in the game, and that's what he years ago. Follow the white hat. Follow the white hat. So he's still what he's doing.
Still doing it. You ready?
Procedure. So Wilson gives back the 5 yards they just got.
So this will be a 3rd and 9 now. And he was just saying that too. Follow the white hat.
Follow the white hat. Now you always pick up the referee. High school referees have on white hats.
Charles Dorothy Smith. All right, 3rd and 9. Borchardt rolling out under pressure from behind, brought down.
Might have been a face mask,
Looked like
but one of the quarterbacks not complaining, so maybe just got him around the shirt.
Nice pursuit from Yorktown on that one.
Yorktown's defensive line has been very impressive so far tonight. See them coming off the field now.
All right, deep to receive this punt, William Harris and Ty Foreman. They're both standing, they're both standing right at about the 47, 48-yard line. Low snap, bad punt. Harris picks it up anyway. He crosses the 40, brought back down, brought back about 5 yards.
Yeah, I thought he was just going to let it go and fall, but he picked it up. He did get some yards, but that's a little bit of a dangerous play. I don't particularly like that.
I'm sure Coach Hanson's going to have a word or two for him when he gets back off to the sideline.
I don't know. If you have a player, though, Afshin, as dangerous as we say that might look, if you have a player that's really got sure hands, you let the guy do it. And I don't know if, I'm assuming that he picked it up. Probably he's one of those guys. If he wasn't a guy that didn't have sure hands, I'm sure he would have been drilled. Do not touch it. If it bounces, do not touch it. So
good point. Possibly Coach Hanson does give him the green light. Yorktown now starting at the Wilson 39-yard line. The give to the up back. That is Smith. Nothing doing there.
Good defensive play. That number 74, Wilson. And again, I've seen spotter's notes without my glasses. Yeah, that was Jarrell Winston.
All right, that was a loss of 1. So it's 2nd and 11 from the 40-yard line. Kirby Long. This time with the fake. Long is going to roll out. He throws it. It's complete. That is Maximilian again. Cuts back inside. Gets inside the Wilson 10. Finally brought down.
Nice catch. Nice yak. Nice run after catch on that one. Let's see if we have that on a replay.
I don't see any flags, so that one's a good one.
No flags. Here was a nice catch and run. And as you see here, the replay. Nice behind the back catch, and he picks up an additional 20 yards yak. Yards after catch.
Yards after the catch. 31-yard gain for Yorktown. This will be 1st and goal.
From about the 8, it looks like, maybe.
They mark it off as the 9-yard line. It's time to give up the middle to Steve Smith. Gets really close.
Yeah, it looks like he got to about the 3, I'm going to guess. Well, no, maybe they pushed it back a little bit, maybe the 4. You know, another thing we're talking about Yorktown redoing this field, another things we were told is that they're going to also knock down this press box, which has been here for several years. They're going to put this, I guess, on the other side of the field. So the home stands, I'm guessing, is probably going to be moved up, and they'll put the press box on the opposite side.
I hope they wait till we get out of it.
This is one of the more sturdier press boxes we've been in, but, you know, the sight lines could do a little better.
Smith. Nope, that is Kirby Long. Touchdown, quarterback sneak. Kirby Long, Yorktown Patriots.
It really wasn't the sneak about that was quarterback had a nice fake and just went around the corner. Nice call. And nice touchdown run for the Patriots. There you see in a replay into the end zone for touchdown.
That makes it Yorktown 12, Wilson 6 with 8:05 to go. Here is our extra point attempt.
6-6, they're going to go ahead and kick the extra point instead of going for 2.
Kick looks long enough, high enough, and it is good. No, it's no good.
And I'll tell you what, Coach Hansen is going to have to tighten up on that because once you get into district play in Northern Virginia, you got to have confidence that you can make extra points and occasionally field goals when you need them. So they're going to have to tighten up on that. So that's another thing you can write in this book to improve on for the next games.
That is the one really good thing about these non-district games early on in the season. They are almost like a tune-up. They count in the standings, your overall standings, but still, it prepares you for your district games.
The thing I like about an early start like this is that not only you get, first of all, you start a week earlier in practice. You get your game in, and it also is going to give you basically a bye week in the middle of the season. I think this now means Yorktown, I think, in the 4th week will be off. So it's kind of good. You kind of get, you know, if you got any injuries, you get your players a little rest and what have you. And in the case of Yorktown, I think that will be right before they start their district games. So it'll be, well, they might play one district game by that, but it'll give them a chance to get a little bit of a break. But so far, everything seems to be clicking. They need work on the placement kicking. And they've thrown 2 passes, I guess. One was a nice catch and run. The other was an interception. The running game has really been good, though.
All right, Yorktown's kickoff. There is Nande Holmes, number 7. He cuts to the far side, breaks 1 tackle, brought down by a 2nd tackler, right at about the 36-yard line. Nice run by Nande Holmes. Wilson starts off with, I believe, their best field position thus far.
Yeah, that's a really nice run by Holmes that time. And you're right, I think that is the best field position for the Tigers.
And there you see Nande Holmes finally brought down. Almost broke that tackle. If he did, he would have gone a very, very long way. All right, Austin Boychard gets his call from Coach Fleming. All right, check that. He's at the right about the 29, 30-yard line, Chris. Borchardt with a handoff right up the middle.
Yeah, he broke the tackle. Yeah, I saw the Wilson quarterback coming over to talk to the coach. And you don't want to get any confusion on the plays, but, you know, some of these quarterbacks, they run so much because it's like every play, run over to the coach, get the play, run back to the huddle, run up to the line of scrimmage, run the play, run over to the coach.
Sounds like Groundhog Day.
Yeah, I don't know. You hope that you could get the play in a little better than that, maybe by sending another play in. But it is early.
It is Borchardt with a handoff up the middle again. And here he comes back off the field to talk to the coach. And that one looked like Dante Holmes was brought down. Coming up on the 6:50 mark in the first half here at Yorktown High School, Greenbrier Stadium. Chris Jerry, I am Afshin Banab. Channel 69, Arlington Independent Media, our first high school football game of the season between Yorktown and Wilson. There you see it, Yorktown up 12-6, second quarter. And this will be a 3rd down and 5 for Wilson. Borchardt rolls back, a 3-step drop. He's going to sneak this one up, and he's going to lose it. He got back
over the line of scrimmage. I thought at first he was going to be caught for a sack, but as things turned out, he was able to get at least a yard. So
he's already having trouble.
All right, this will be 4th and 2, Chris.
Call a timeout, Afshin. I don't think they're going to do that. They're going to talk about it. But, you know, with Wilson, one problem Wilson has is they're at approximately the 38-yard line right now. And so what they're probably going to talk about is 4th and 2. Their kicking game, the punting game, has really not been very good so far. So you really have to think if that's kind of like what you think you might get is only 15 yards or so on a punt, then what you run into is, well, do we go ahead and take a chance on a 4th and 2 and go for it? The thing is, Wilson hasn't shown that they have a play consistently that they can go to that would guarantee or might get a good chance of getting them a couple yards. So,
looks like they did talk about it, and Coach Fleming wants to punt the ball off.
I think this is a wise decision because if you don't punt it and you get stopped, you give Yorktown a possession again and they go in for a score. I just don't see Wilson scoring 18 points. So I think this is a good move at this point.
Once again, Ty Foreman and Will Harris, they stand at about their own 35-yard line. This was actually a pretty decent punt. And it's Ty Foreman who bobbles the ball, loses it, picks it back up, and he's taken down immediately.
We got a flag down. So as Charles would say, pick up the white hat. Let's see what they're going to talk about.
Find the white hat.
It's right at the line of scrimmage, so it's possible in the way the punter just reacted, I think it was going to be against Wilson. I think Coach Hansen will take the ball where it is. If it is a Wilson penalty, I think he'll take it.
Not sure if I actually mentioned the officials for tonight's game. Dave Stevens, Ed Norwood, Al Trewinski, Sean Houlihan, Greg Stoner, and our ECO is Vince DeVito.
Vince a little early. He's been doing this for 35 years. 35 years.
There you see Dave Stevens. He is the referee.
Talking about it. I think Coach Hansen looks like they're just going to take the ball. They're not going to take it where it is.
Yeah. 6 minutes left in the first half.
I actually like that move because I think, you know, as bad as you might say, well, the punter might make another bad punt, it's also possible Yorktown could bobble the ball again because they didn't handle that cleanly. So take the ball, you know, take the money that you have in your hand and keep the ball.
Yorktown starts, it looks like they're about their own 35-yard line. All right, looks like it's going to be Maximilian again. Breaks one tackle. Carrying another tackler with him, taken out of bounds finally. just shy of the 50, just shy of midfield. Nice run by Maximilian.
Yeah, very impressed with him so far. Hard-running guy. Looks like a guy that can be ready for the National District Wars when they start play in late September and October in district.
All right, this will be 1st and 10 for the Patriots at their own 47-yard line. Yorktown starting off this series nicely. Ty Foreman to the near side, the only wide receiver. Long with the give to Maximilian again. Off tackle right. Nice carry by Maximilian. Gets to the Wilson 45-yard line.
Yeah, very hard runner Max is, and I was just taking a look actually, just looking down in the future for the big games coming up for the Patriots, and I think they're going to have a pretty good season. I think it's, you know, like I said, Edison, Loudoun Valley, those are the two teams that they'll have to watch out for this year.
All right, 2nd and 4. Nice series so far for Yorktown. Long with the give again. This time it's Steve Smith. It's like he gets the first down. He crosses the Wilson 40-yard line.
Sticks move again for Yorktown. Another first down, 4 minutes, 35 seconds, and the clock running.
Steve Smith, the 5'8", 205-pound running back, the senior at Yorktown. 1st and 10 for the Patriots. All right, 1st and 10 for the Patriots at the Wilson 40-yard line. Long, this time with a fake. He keeps it again. Rolls out, throws it, incomplete. Intended for Ty Foreman.
You know, Long is pretty good at faking the ball because, you know, the player was right in front of him when he was in the backfield. You'll see this, and it's like he didn't even realize he hit the ball. It's a nice fake there. Unfortunately, the pass incomplete.
All right, this will bring us 2nd and 10. Kirby Long. He is 5'10", 160-pound senior. Doing mighty fine at the helm. This time there it is, the give. It looks like Smith again tries to hurdle one tackler. Brought down. Steve Smith crosses the Wilson 30. Austin Murray on the tackle there.
Wilson defenders have to be getting really tired. They've been on the field for a long time now. We'll get to halftime the stats and find out time of possession, but Yorktown is clearly dominating the first, what have we played, the first 21 minutes of the game. Timeout.
Timeout looks like Wilson.
I think Coach Fleming has taken a timeout just because of that. The kids are worrying about the kids being a little tired and fatigued. It's, again, you know, it's hot, it's humid outside, and you constantly got these guys on the field. It can be real tough.
You see a nice look at the crowd here at tonight's game. Pretty good crowd.
Yep, pretty good. I'd say, I don't know.
What would you say?
I'm going to guess we got maybe somewhere between 1,300 to 1,500 maybe. Well, you know, we don't see is how many fans we have here on the Wilson side, our side of the stands. But the Yorktown crowd, about 3 of the 5 sections filled up.
Good crowd on a, actually what this is a Thursday night, school night. And there's the Wilson side. See, they got theirs.
Another thing that we have going on now that we didn't have when we did this before, we got a night where the Redskins are playing in Baltimore.
That's right.
And the Nationals are playing in Atlanta. We got a baseball team now, man.
Yeah, we do. We have the good old Nats playing at RFK Stadium for 3 years in the playoff hunt. There's a penalty.
Yeah, I think that's going to be against Wilson. I think what happened on that play is when the Yorktown player went in motion, The Wilson players reacted and jumped, and that player is a wide receiver. He's allowed to go in motion.
All right, so it's 1st and 5 with 3:37 to go in the first half. This one is a long running second quarter. First quarter went by in a flash, and this one is more penalty riddled.
Yeah, man, it be dragging. It be dragging.
No worries, though, right, Bon? And there is Maximilian again. He's been carrying the bulk of the load for the Yorktown Patriots.
So it's going to be about 2nd and 3.
He's doing a good job. You talk about the Wilson defense being tired. Maximilian's been carrying this ball. He probably needs a little, he'd love to take a knee right now, I'm sure.
Well, he might, but you know what? When you're having this much success running the ball, you just kind of like to keep running it.
There is Smith. Cuts it up through the middle.
Might have got the first down on that. Quick opener, quick hitter right up the middle.
Yep.
See what they...
Looking at it, I think they may measure. Yes, they are going to call timeout for measurement.
All right, 2:51. This is our first measurement of the game.
Looking ahead, to our viewers in Arlington, Yorktown will be playing Wakefield on November the 4th, and they'll end the regular season on November the 10th against Washington Lee. They'll be playing at Wakefield, and they'll be playing, they'll be home against Wakefield, and they'll be at Washington Lee. So the two Arlington rivals at the end of the season, Washington Lee traditionally the season closer. But the big games are all those between then, because those are the teams that, those are the teams that are going to have to compete with to win the district and get to the playoffs.
All right, 1st and 10, about 2:50 now in the first half. For the homestanding Yorktown Patriots, up 12-6. Kirby Long rolls out off the fake. Incomplete.
Yeah, he had that guy wide open that time. And boy, that's something you got to work on. You can't have that.
Arlington football games, by the way, will be on every Saturday morning at 11:30, including each of the Arlington school rivalries during the last 3 weeks of the season. Once again, Arlington football games will be on every Saturday morning, 11:30, right here, Arlington Independent Media, Channel 69. This is a 2nd and 10 now, 2:40 to go. Yorktown up 12-6. Long, this time with the give. It is to Maximilian. Breaks one tackle again. He does the same thing every time. To the sideline, still on his feet. Inside the 10, finally brought down at about possibly the 8-yard line, but we'll let the referees actually mark this one. Nice run by Maximilian, breaking numerous tackles on that play.
Well, to be honest with you, it's not only nice running, but it's poor tackling on behalf of Wilson. You can't, he's keeping his legs churning, but you still got to wrap him up and tackle him.
Goes back to what you were saying a couple of minutes ago. Probably Wilson just dead tired on defense right now. They've been out on that field for a very long time.
Yeah, they haven't stopped that play all night, and I don't think they're going to stop it all night.
And if they don't stop it, Coach Hanson's going to keep doing it.
Yeah, you got to.
All right, this is 1st and goal. I was right, actually, at the 8. I'm never right.
No, you're right more than you think, Afshin. Don't sell yourself short.
I knew what you were thinking.
Thank you. Our ECO, Vince DeVito, he says it's a mental thing. And I know I'm mental.
We talked a lot tonight about Yorktown. We're hoping, we haven't seen them practice, and I'm sure they're having, like I said, the games tonight and tomorrow. But hopefully, Washington Lee and Wakefield has outstanding season, as well as one private school, Bishop O'Connell. Hopefully, they have a good season.
Yeah, they are the 4th school we were talking about. There's Smith up the middle. 2:15. Coach Hansen would love nothing more than to get another score here and be up by at least 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think at this point you can let the clock run, and I really don't think I think they'll score either on the second or third down. I don't think it's going to be any doubt about it. See if I can be right on that prediction.
Right up the middle.
Into the end zone.
You called it. 5-yard run. Touchdown, Yorktown. And that'll make it 18-6 with the extra point attempt coming. Steve Smith with that 5-yard touchdown run for Yorktown.
Well, looks like Bruce, he's keeping the offense on the field, so he's saying he's had enough adventures on the extra points.
I want 2.
Yeah. Well, you know, when you're talking about now 18-6, it makes sense. Go ahead and try to get to 2. Make it 26. That'll make it 14-point game.
All right, we'll see if the Patriots have better luck with a 2-point conversion now.
If it was me, I'd just run the sweep. I don't even think they need to pass it. I think they have that much success with the running game.
And there he is. You called it again, Chris. Let's see. Long. He looks like he's going to throw, but he gets it. He crosses the goal line for your 2-point conversion. It is now 20-6 with 1:50 to go in the first half.
Kirby is just really too fast for the outside defenders of Wilson on a play like that.
All right, 20-6. Coach Henson coming off of a good 2004 campaign at 7-3. Looks like he's got a lot of good players this year so far.
Well, I mean, who's kidding?
First game.
I mean, you know, he's been around for a long time. I can remember.
All right, first half stats. Eliminated 11-2. The rushing yards, thanks to Maximilian, Yorktown 28 carries, 193 yards. Wilson just 10 of 10. Passing yards, not much on either side of the ball. 31 for Yorktown, 24 for Wilson. Their plays, Wilson, or the kick returns, 2 for 37 for Yorktown, 3 for 65 for Wilson. The penalty is a big thing for Wilson, 6 for 50 yards. And, of course, as you had mentioned near the end of the first half, you were wondering about the time of possession. Yorktown, almost 14 and a half minutes holding the football.
Well, keep in mind on that penalties with Wilson, 2 of those. One was on the 15-yard unsportsmanlike, which was the start of a series, and another was the pass interference. So that right there takes up 30 of those 50 yards. So, you know, all in all, it weren't that bad off. I'm actually surprised at the time of possession, Yorktown only had the ball 5 minutes more because it seemed like they had a lot longer than that. Here we go.
All right. Yorktown kicks off. And there is for Wilson, that is number 9, Owen Long.
Yep, a shoestring tackle, or
Yeah.
just caught him, just tripped him up right there at the end. Just looking through the roster, Wilson has a lot of juniors on their team, so, you know, they get some experience. They could have a decent team next year. And, you know, again, it's kind of difficult to tell sometimes because really what Northern Virginia plays and what the DCIAA really is 2 different levels in terms of the kind of play you get. So that's another thing about these kind of cross-section games. You look at a game and you're not really totally sure what everybody has. New quarterback, though, Af.
All right, 1st and 10 for Wilson at their own 27. That quarterback looks like it was Nada Holmes for Wilson.
Number 3, Jeffrey Brooks, now quarterback.
Is he? I'm sorry, Jeffrey Brooks is quarterbacking.
Yeah. Now what
Jeffrey Brooks with the quarterback sneak you saw there, or he tried to run it.
Now I don't know if Austin Bronchard got hurt or not. It may be just a plain change. I
believe it was. Looking at the roster from Coach Fleming, he had both of them listed at quarterback. All right, Danny Powell to the near side. And Nada Holmes now to the far side. Powell in motion. Jeff Brooks now. Little screen. There is Van Camp. He's got a lot of running room. He's going deep on the right side. Breaks another tackle. Finally brought down at the 35-yard line. Nice run. Or as you like to say, Chris, nice yak.
Yeah, that was a terrific yak. It was a nicely set up play. A little screen right there in the middle. That's a good play, as you see on the replay. Right there in the middle, well set up. Very well, blockers in front of him, and the speed.
Funny, he was brought down by Yorktown's quarterback, Kirby Long.
Yeah.
1st and 10 for the Tigers.
I'm glad he didn't get hurt, because when just looking at the way he kind of pulled him from behind, that's one where you get a lot of knee injuries that way, but no one's hurt, and continue on.
1st and 10 for the Tigers at the Yorktown 34-yard line. Jeff Brooks now with the handoff. That is Nada Holmes to the far side, taken out of bounds.
Very, very impressive Tiger drive to start the second half.
2 plays, Chris, 2 plays.
And this is interesting because I think what looks to have happened is with the quarterback now in there, he's kind of quick, and it looks like they have an option with him that they didn't have with the other quarterback, because they can possibly run the ball a lot now.
Yeah. All right, that was a 7-yard gain by Nada Holmes. That will bring up a 2nd and 3. Ball at the 26-yard line. At the Yorktown 26. Wilson down by 14 to start this second half, 20-6. Brooks, a 3-step drop. He's going up. He floated that one away. Looks like it might have been picked off.
No, he dropped it.
He dropped it.
Now, you know, it would be interesting as I look at the quarterback here, Brooks, just looking at the way he sets up and his confidence. Now, I'm wondering now if we had some kind of suspension or something for him not starting the game, because he just looks, and not knocking Bonchar, but this guy looks so much more poised on his first drive, the way he's handling things. The pass was really nice spiral. That little screen pass worked fine, and you wonder, or at least I wonder now, if Wilson actually started with their best quarterback in the game.
Brooks is listed as 5'10", 188-pound quarterback. He is a junior at Wilson. Borchardt also a junior, about 30 pounds lighter.
Yeah. You know, as we've talked about Woodrow Wilson being a DCIA, DC High School Public School, you know, when you were last doing this, actually, your color commentator at that time was Ronald Saunders.
Ron Chick Saunders.
Well, Ronald Saunders now is the one of the coordinators at Ballou High School over in the district, and that's what he's doing. So we have to see if one of these nights he has an off night, because they play a lot of their games Saturday, if he can't come out and watch or do one of these games.
Oh, I'm sure we can get him out of here. The old crew, the old Channel 33 crew.
Ron has been a long time involved with Virginia, I'm sorry, not Virginia, but youth sports in the District of Columbia, where he lives at over in D.C., as well as high school. Okay, back to action.
All right, Brooks. Nada Holmes couldn't hang on to that one.
Man, I tell you, I like the way this quarterback looks, man. I'm just impressed the way he comes.
He looks quick, elusive. And he also looks like a decision maker. He's not afraid to do what he's supposed to do. And he does not hesitate.
That play should have been a first down. So fourth and about 2. You know, if Wilson can continue to keep the ball and get in the end zone, we're going to have ourselves a ball game, I think, Afshin.
4th and 2, Chris. They are going for it.
Oh, you got to go for it this close.
You got to go for it. There's Brooks with the handoff. And that is Nada Holmes. And it looks like he got the first down.
He did get the first down.
Nice little pickup by Nada Holmes. He fell forward at the end, too, to give him a couple extra yards. Give to Holmes. He goes to the left side, cuts to the out, and then back in. Nice little run.
Interestingly enough, Max Millen went off the field that time for Yorktown with a slight limp. So hopefully he's not hurt too bad and will be able to play later in this game.
I think I mentioned at the outset of the second half, Yorktown with 193 rushing yards, mostly by Max Millen.
Yeah. That's a good way to become the region's leading rusher.
All right, Brooks.
You remember, Jeff. You remember, Jeff.
Incomplete.
Still, you had a man who was just short. Gonna have a 2nd and 10 set up here. See, Yorktown, Wilson, having the ability to show that they can pass the ball, it just opens up so many more things. And the quarterback has a speed where if it breaks down, he clearly can run.
Can run the ball, yeah.
And that is a big help for Wilson.
All right, Brooks looked to pass, and he actually was on the draw.
Wow.
Wow, look at that. Donald Farrell.
And we have a Yorktown player down who has not moved yet. I think that's let's see, right here, that's where, right here, number 22, you see right there by the referee, he's moving around a little bit.
Maybe he just
probably
not got the wind knocked out of him.
He was the second to last guy in on that last tackle. But boy, I don't know, here we go with this replay again, and you'll see right there, man. He just knocked him over, man. I'm doing my John Madden, pow, man, his imitation. But you saw right there the running back right up the middle.
Oh.
But that wasn't who got hurt. That wasn't the player that got hurt. And I think it's just knocked the wing. They have him rolled over now. We talked about the district setup in Loudoun Valley coming. I was looking, Afshin, at some of the games we're going to be doing on Channel 69, and perhaps the first really big game that we'll have on 69 this year will come on Friday, October 7th, and that's when Loudoun Valley will be here at Greenbrier Stadium to take on Yorktown. And so that right there could be one of those two teams, whoever wins that game could have a shot at getting in the playoffs.
I also noticed here 2 weeks later, Chris, your old alma mater.
Yeah. I might go over some games while we just have a moment as the player runs off the field. What's that, number 32 for Yorktown? And that's, Ty Foreman. Yeah, just the wind. Good to see him run off. Just the wind knocked out. So Wilson.
The Tigers first and goal at the 1-yard line, threatening to cut this lead.
It's going to be a touchdown.
There is a touchdown. Wilson. Yep. There is a flag on the play. That is Nader Holmes. We'll check out the penalty in a second.
It's in the interior, so I got a feeling it's going to hold him.
Yep.
Wow.
Holding on the Tigers.
Let's see. I don't know if we can see that again. I didn't see a hold in there. I don't know if we had that on replay or not. Let's see. If Chuck in the truck can pull up a replay for us. If he's got it, he'll put it up. If he doesn't, I guess he won't see it.
He's going to perform his mastery right there.
Here we go. Thank you, Chuck. And here we go with there. I didn't see a holding on that play. I didn't. But it doesn't matter what I saw because the officials called it. So we're going to have a...
All right, this is a first and goal at the 11-yard line.
Up the middle again.
And there he is. He still scores. Same result. Nader Holmes, touchdown, Wilson.
Afshin, we have a game.
We do.
Because Wilson just marched right down the field on Yorktown, and they found something. And I do think the difference is the quarterback. I really do.
Jeffrey Brooks.
He's shown that he can pass. He's running, and it's just opened up so many more things. And Yorktown now is going to have a ball game. Now, the good thing for Yorktown is that they have the lead, and as impressive as Wilson looked on offense, Wilson's defense hasn't shown that they can stop him yet.
No.
Other than the 2 turnovers, which were really silly turnovers made by and Wilson's trying to kick the extra point, and of course now they throw a flag.
Flag on the play.
It's going to be delay a game.
Delay a game.
Now, interestingly, unless they're going to have a different kicker, the one who's tried to kick the first
Van Camp was the one.
Yeah, he's not going to
Harry Von Camp.
He's not going to kick this time. And now Wilson has called timeout. And what this actually has done now, we have 8 minutes and 57 seconds left, and Wilson has now burned their second timeout. And that's something you can use later. And you know, you hate to have to burn a timeout on something like an extra point. I mean, you should know you score a touchdown, special team should be ready to go. It's different if you're talking about, well, should you go for 2 or not. But this was a call that if they were going to kick, you know, it's pretty much a straightforward call. Now, granted, given the way the first extra point came off, maybe you don't want to try any extra point, but still, they should have been ready. And the kicker, Von Camp, he just came right off the field as if he wasn't even going to. And I'm still not sure. I saw a tee put out there. Von Camp is back on the field now, so maybe they're going to try. Just see a little bit of the Yorktown band. They haven't gotten their uniforms on yet, as it's the first week of school, but Arlington High School, Yorktown High School Patriot Marching Band. You know what's interesting about them? You know, Yorktown was formed partly out of Washington Lee, so it's kind of interesting that Yorktown, Washington Lee have the same fight song. They score touchdowns. Both teams play the same thing. Wow.
Oh.
No, they called it good.
They called it good.
I thought Yorktown might get the home cooking call on that, but they didn't. And I think the referee made a great call. Let's see if we have that on replay, but all you need in high school is 1 foot. And I think he got it.
Now they're only down 6, 20 to 14.
20 to 14 that should be, because that was a 2-point conversion.
20 to 14 on the 2-point conversion. Yorktown up by 6. Wilson right back in this football game.
Boy, you should see, it's like a shot of adrenaline on the sideline, because I'm looking at Joseph Hudson, the big tackle, the offensive lineman, man. He's up and down the sideline saying, "We got this now, we got this." So I think my man think they figured it out now. So they're going to go ahead on a roll. But I'm glad to see that we have a game. And I was predicting earlier that this might not be much of a game, but you know, the way Wilson has come out here in the second half has really been impressive. The fans are into it. The bench is into it. So this is great. And it's good for Yorktown, too, to be challenged. You see what kind of things you can work on. And as I said, you know, this Yorktown is just now getting the ball back. So still, as impressive as Wilson was just going down the field to score, they still haven't stopped Yorktown from scoring at any of the last few drives.
All right, there's 8:57 left now in the third quarter. Chris, Wilson down only by 6. Nice series, a nice drive for the Tigers to open up the second half.
Nice kickoff.
Nice kickoff.
There they go up the wedge.
Yep.
Up the middle.
As usual,
got
here we go. Got a nice hole.
Still on his feet. Oh, what a good run. All the way up to the 40-yard line.
That was Jermaine Cameron who took it up to the...
Yeah, it was a great run. Here we'll see on the replay. Right up the middle. Breaks a tackle here. Still on his feet. Spins and gets 5 more yards. So let's see if the Patriots can answer that
First
Wilson
down.
touchdown.
First down now for the Patriots at the 40-yard line.
And that's a good answer.
There's Maximilian, spins off of 1 tackle, still going his feet, carrying a whole host of tacklers with him.
Well, based on that first play, Wilson hadn't figured out how to stop him yet.
14-yard pickup on that play. You see him spinning?
Yeah. Terrific run by Maximilian.
He keeps those legs churning.
I'm guessing with the number of yards he's got, you know what, maybe another 50 yards, about 200.
Maybe. Oh, he's definitely gonna. He may approach that tonight.
Yeah, we'll try to get some stats on that a little later.
47-yard line. There is Maximilian.
You know, I'm wondering if when Wilson and Yorktown signed this deal to play, if it's a 2-year deal.
2-year, like a contract.
Yeah, if they play at Wilson. Now, speaking of Wilson, the one thing that we haven't mentioned.
It is a 2-year deal.
You've been busting my chops being a Stewart grad, so let's let everybody know. Afshin, the longtime voice of high school sports in Arlington, is a Woodrow Wilson graduate.
Yeah. Back in 1900, I was a Woodrow Wilson graduate.
That's right.
It was declined. It was against us holding. They declined it.
All right, Yorktown up. Yeah, I did. I graduated back in 1983, actually, in that school in upper northwest Washington. So it looked quite odd to me to see Yorktown at Wilson at Tiger Field.
Well, you know,
very odd.
When you told me that, you know, I was surprised that they scheduled that. So it's we understand it is a 2-year deal. So I suppose they will play up there. Both games are here. We're just hearing that both games are here. Oh man, they should have been up on Nebraska Avenue for one of those games, man.
What's up with that?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they should have played up there. Actually, you know, the field there is really nice. It's kind of elevated up. All the bleachers on one side of the field.
There is Kirby Long.
He's got a man.
Unloads it.
Wow. Boy.
Great catch.
Yeah. It's a nice completion.
Nice completion. That is number 87 for the Yorktown Patriots, Lane Hartley. Nice catch.
It is a nice catch, but you know, when you got a guy open like that, you kind of like to see him catch it on his feet because, you know, you got a touchdown with that. But Lane had to run. He had to run, so Kirby Long had to run and throw it kind of like off the wrong foot.
1st and 10 for the Patriots at the Wilson Tiger 15-yard line. And Yorktown answering the Tigers.
Yeah. New quarterback in the game now, too, Afshin. And they almost muffed it right there on the first play.
That was Steve Smith on the carry.
Boy, Tim Reynolds.
Tim Reynolds now at quarterback.
And I'm not sure what
for the
happened.
Yorktown Patriots.
What did we miss with Long?
I don't know. I'm wondering when he rolled out to the left if he...
I don't know. I don't see him. We're looking on the sideline to see if we can pick up Kirby Long.
Where's Bruce Fair?
We got a timeout.
We do have a timeout, right?
Yeah, things could get real interesting here if we got a quarterback change of any length of time.
Okay, I see Kirby. He's coming back now. He's all right.
Okay, and maybe just saw him put his helmet on.
Maybe he was shaking up.
Number 7, the quarterback, Kirby Long.
All right, Kirby Long is back.
Tim's young.
All right, there's 6:19 left in the third. Yorktown threatening to score once again, answering Wilson's opening drive in the second half. It is Yorktown 20, Wilson 14. And the homestanding Patriots are now at about the Wilson 10-yard line. Actually, check that. Maybe
about 14.
Maybe the 14-yard line, yeah.
It's kind of difficult to tell.
From way up here.
15, and we don't really have the best angle, but yeah, I'd say I'd give it 13, 14-yard line.
All right, Kirby Long is in. He's back in at the helm. Long with the handoff. And who is that? None other than Maximilian. Touchdown, Yorktown.
Well, Wilson did show up one part of that game, the offense, but they didn't show up that defense
No,
yet.
sir.
So, the Yorktown Patriots answer with a touchdown of their own. They extend their lead to 12 points.
26-14.
Will they go for the 2 or the 1?
Pending this extra point or 2-point conversion.
Going for 2.
Yeah, 1 for 2.
You know, the way they're able to run, why not? I mean, you know, they look like they can get 2 or 3 yards whenever they want it, especially on these sprint out plays. There they go again.
There you go, Long. He's going to try to carry this one in. No, he throws it.
Touch.
And it's a touch point. 2-point conversion.
2 point.
2 down.
So Yorktown extends it 28-14. So Yorktown answers with a touchdown and 2-point conversion, and they extend the lead to 14.
Now Wilson opened up the second half with a nice drive of their own. They're going to have to come back and answer Yorktown now.
There's plenty of time. We're talking about halfway through the first 6 minutes and 11 seconds left in the third quarter. Plenty of time. Well, Sheen, any thoughts on change subjects here a little bit? The NFL season with NFL coming up in
September 8th.
2 Sundays.
New England.
Actually, the
September 8th,
season starts
Thursday night.
It actually starts a week from tonight.
New England and Oakland. And then September 11th, that's when it really kicks off. Of course, the Redskins play at home at FedEx Field against the Chicago Bears. I'm looking for much the same as last year. I don't think there's going to be much of a change as far as Philadelphia is concerned. New England, I think that there are going to be a couple of dark horses.
Yeah.
Detroit being one of them.
Yeah. Well, you know, I ain't feeling the Redskins anyway.
I know you're not feeling. I know who you're feeling. You should tell everybody who you feel for.
No, don't tell.
Because you're going to be feeling a lot of hard luck this year.
He got something.
Here we go.
Here. Got something here.
Before I go any further, let me just say that my good friend and confidant Chris Jerry is a big San Francisco 49er fan.
Yeah,
Let's get that out there.
I don't know, man. I'm putting my fandom on free agency, man. I think I'm going to have to find another team. Here's the replay, as you see. It's a nice run back here. I thought for a minute, you'll see here, he's kind of going up the side, and that maybe we had something, but it still sets Wilson up in great field position in Yorktown territory, about the 48-yard line.
All right, Wilson starting off strong. Now this, I believe, is their best field position of the night.
Yeah. Well, let's see if they can keep that momentum from last drive.
All right, Crump in motion. Brooks with the handoff.
Ooh.
That is Nada Holmes. Hit hard, driven out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a nice hit.
All right, 2nd and 6 now. Ball at the Yorktown 44-yard line. .5:57 remaining in the third quarter.
Mm-hmm.
In motion once again is Crump. There's the give again to Holmes. Breaks a couple of tackles, makes his way through the hole.
Yeah, Wilson still got whatever it is they figured out. They got it going. They got a first down, moving the ball again. Here we go, right up the middle.
First and 10 for the Tigers now. The Tigers keep on answering the Patriots. It's that Tiger defense that doesn't seem to be able to hold.
Yeah. Well, I think if the Tiger defense didn't hold Yorktown at the beginning of this half, they're not going to hold.
Yep.
So it's up to Wilson to just continue to stay up there.
Brooks going back, drops,
pass.
throws. Out of bounds.
You know,
incomplete.
The receiver that time.
Flag, late flag on the play.
Wow, they call that against Yorktown? That pass, you see right there, the flag. Gino Crump. Now let's see here. We got Gino Crump.
I didn't see anything there.
I don't know. I didn't. Well, let's see.
See what the call is.
Personal foul against
on Yorktown.
Boy, I didn't see. I don't know. Let's see if we could go back to that play. I don't know if we have the ability, because I didn't see anything after that play that would have warranted that.
Okay, we're getting word that it maybe was a verbal.
Okay, here you go.
Here
Here's
you
the
go.
play again. And so the only thing I think is the Yorktown player might have said something. I did see him go to his mouth.
A little talk. Talking the talk. All right, 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the Patriots' 20-yard line. 5:25 to go, third quarter. Yorktown up by 2 touchdowns.
But it's not going to be that way much longer.
There's the handoff again. Nada Holmes driving inside the 15, close to the, about the 12 or 13-yard line.
12 or 13, and I think they just broke off another first down.
Wilson looking impressive again, Chris.
Yeah, this is, very impressive.
There you see Holmes.
Very impressive as we go back. And there we are, actually.
There we are. And no, we're not in San Francisco. All right.
Okay, they look like they're going to bring the chains. Are they going to bring them? They're going to call for a measurement, actually.
Yeah.
There we are, Af.
There we are again.
Here we are. Here we are.
Thanks a lot, Chris. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
GF, I don't know.
It's been a long time.
Yeah,
you see I've lost more? Not only am I the member, but I am the president of the Hair Club for Men.
I know, man. It's a good thing that we're standing up in that camera. Lord, they don't need to be seeing my gut, man. I know that's right. It's nice to be back up here. Crack jokes, have fun. Good night for high school football.
It's a really nice night.
Anyway, while we have a moment talking about high school football, I want to read the schedule that we've got on Channel 69. We're tonight's game, obviously. Next Friday, we're going to be having the Edison-Washington League game, which actually that's going to start an early district game. Dominion at Wakefield, Loudoun Valley at Yorktown, Stewart at W&L, October 28th, W&L at Wakefield.
The Stewart W&L game is a Saturday night, 7:30 game.
Saturday. Oh, yes. Oh, we have to check on that. We'll have to check on that, because I think it may be Saturday. I don't know if it's Saturday night. We'll check on that a little later. It might be, because usually they play Saturday afternoon games. But as you said earlier, they were going to be playing all those games at Wakefield. At W&L. So maybe that's the reason for that move.
All right. Second down for...
Well, he got him stuck in the background.
Nada Holmes looks like he broke a couple of tackles. He's got the first down.
He got back to the line of scrimmage. One thing on the way over to the game tonight, we did notice that at Washington Lee, as we rode by, that they were getting ready to lay the field down.
They are laying the field down as we speak.
And they were getting ready to lay the turf down. I don't know how long that process takes to lay down. But tell you what, those turf fields really look nice once they're done. And it'll allow teams to be different sports to use the field over and over and not mess it up. And so they're expensive to put down, but long term,
we were at Wakefield,
for themselves.
Chris, we were at Wakefield doing a scrimmage between Wakefield and Fishburne Military Academy out of Waynesboro a few days ago, and that turf did look nice.
Yeah.
All right, Tigers have the ball still.
Touchdown.
There's a touchdown. So Wilson needs to be said.
That's right.
That is Donald Farrell.
And I'll tell you, for the second straight series, Wilson has just marched right down the field. Very impressive.
Yeah.
Yorktown is going to have a good team this year. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be one of the better teams in Northern Virginia, but they're going to have a good team. The fact that Wilson is able to do this, that really says a lot about their upcoming season when they go to play in their DCIAA, that they're able to pretty much have this kind of offensive ability. And again, starting in the second half is when things turned around.
Exactly. Bad snap. Good hold, Van Camp. It was way short. So what you're saying is that my high school, you think, will be impressive in the 2005 campaign?
Well, I think they're going to be impressive until they run into Dunbar. Just like every... Yeah, very impressive looking at the numbers. 286 yards rushing for Yorktown.
285 belonging to Max Miller.
Yeah, he's got about 200 of them.
He's got close
maybe.
to 200 probably.
Yeah, very much so.
We'll continue with the stats after this play.
Yeah.
Brooks with a handoff.
He's
up
still
the middle.
going. They got
He's
a
still
first
going.
down.
And that is Donald Farrell once again, the big man for the Tigers.
Whoa, Nelly. I'll tell you what, man. You know that old thing about momentum. You know, you can feel it.
They've got Mo.
And you can feel it on the Wilson side of the field because they really sense something here now. They think that they can play and they got a chance to beat Yorktown. They're very impressive the last 2 drives, and they started this drive out pretty good. They've already gotten to the 39-yard line.
Here we are with the 1st and 10. For the Tigers. Brooks. Tigers in I formation.
Nice
little pass. Overthrown.
Yeah.
Intended for Danny Powell. 3rd quarter stats. Yorktown with 17 first downs to Wilson's 8.
Yeah.
Passing yards, Wilson 62, Yorktown 59. Penalties, 4 for 52 for Yorktown, 8 for 65 for Wilson. Lots of penalties there.
Right.
And time of possession, still about the same. 21, just a little over 21 for Yorktown, a little over 14 for Wilson.
Yeah, well, actually, Yorktown increased the time
just a bit. Just a bit. And then, of course, the all-important 3rd down efficiency. Wilson only 1 for 7 on 3rd down. Yorktown 3 for 5. All right, a little pump by Brooks. Now he's going to roll out. He's got a lot of running up the middle. Cuts back to the near side.
Wow, good block.
Nice block. Breaks another tackle. Taken down right at about the Yorktown 40. Nice run by quarterback.
I don't know if our microphones can catch it, but we sure can hear it up here in the press box. The Wilson fans are up the bench. Nice little move here. Man, I got to find out. I wish I could tell you why this change was made. Because I just can't believe that this guy was the 2nd string quarterback. Because this guy is just really impressive. He's marched Wilson since he's been in. They've been a completely different team.
All right, Brooks now with the handoff.
Again, he's around the corner. It's a flag, though.
It's a flag on
it's coming back.
Holmes.
Touchdown, but that is
Wilson,
coming back.
That's going to be brought back.
That's right. That's coming back. I saw it when he threw it. Got 2 yellow flags down, and it's coming back. So that touchdown is coming off the board.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's never going on.
Going on the board.
We're going to have like 10. We're going to guess clip or hold. It's holding. I guess they actually had 2 holdings on that play. But they're only going to enforce 1.
Right.
But it's going to be from the spot. So that'll give them about, what down is actually? Is that 1st down? It's going to be
I believe so.
1st and about 13, it looks like. Let's see where they mark it. Yeah, 1st and about 13. Maybe 14.
1 is accepted, 1 is declined. It looks like Wilson will take over just inside Yorktown territory, right at about the Yorktown 49. So this will bring up a 1st and 14.
But even with that hold, you know, you got to be concerned if you're Yorktown because still he turned that corner and nobody could catch him.
Oh, he was gone. He put on those burners and was gone.
And it wouldn't surprise me if they come back with that same play.
Gino Crump to the near side. Brooks fakes it, rolls out, throws it away basically. That's incomplete pass.
Yeah, he was lucky that time. That's really the first bad decision I saw him make because he just kind of threw it anyway. A lot of time left. 10:30.
Oh, yeah.
10:30 left in the 4th quarter.
Harry Von Kam comes back in, along with Jeffrey Brooks, who just got his play from the coach. But Chris, you hit the nail on the head. This team looks a lot different with Jeff Brooks at the helm.
I'm just wow.
Speaking of Harry Von Camp,
I don't know what.
let's see.
I think Harry was kind of lunching on that one. He just came into the game, and on the first sound, he jumped off.
False start on the visiting Tigers. So
it's going to make it
second and 19, I believe.
19. You know, the thing is, as impressive Brooks has been, the one thing he still hasn't done yet, he hasn't really. He's completed a couple passes, but there's not been one where he's hit a receiver in stride yet.
No.
So this is a good opportunity for that.
From their own 46, the draw to Donald Farrell, and he's got a lot of running room. Bulls his way forward.
That's about the third draw this half that has worked really good.
Looks like he gets up close to the Yorktown 40-yard line.
Got a large chunk of that yardage back.
There he is.
Third and about 6. Yeah.
Got quite a bit of it back. 3rd and 6 now, coming up on the 10-minute mark.
And they're in 2-down territory here, even though the ball's at the 40-yard line. But they definitely, it's going to be 2 down. It won't be a punt on 4th if they don't make it. That's a large loss.
All right, Danny Powell's to the near side. Brooks now with the give. That is to Holmes. Caught in the backfield, upended, taken down. Good pursuit by the Patriots D.
You know, we have a fan here below us. I heard him say, "Hey, ref, where's the face mask?" Yeah. My man been asking for penalties all game, man. He's been pleading. So, Afshin, what do you think they're going to call here?
I'll tell you what is it? It's 4th and 9?
4th and 9.
With as fast as Brooks is, if he could sweep to the outside, I'd let him run.
That's just what I was thinking. A kind of a rollout.
A rollout
to his right.
If there is somebody.
Which he started back
there he is,
that
rolling
way.
to his right. Looks like he's going to throw it, though. Up to Von Camp. Almost a nice one-handed catch. Incomplete. It'll be Yorktown's ball.
He did. You know what I've seen a couple times tonight when he's throwing the ball, and I saw one Yorktown kid do it. It's a bad habit the receivers get into, is they run and they jump. They stop and jump a lot of times instead of continuing to run.
And then catching up with the ball.
Yeah, see, because like on that particular time, the pass was a little high, but the player already had started to jump. If he had continued to run,
right,
he might have had a chance to catch that. But you see that a lot of times, not just high school, I've seen it in college where a lot of guys, they go out and it's just like a natural habit. Even if they don't even have to jump,
they do it.
And it's just a bad habit. It's hard to get out of. There goes Max again.
Million, he's got a lot of running room on the side, cuts back in, brought down by 2 or 3 Wilson Tigers. Finally, inside the Wilson 35-yard line. Nice run, nice effort.
Yeah.
And good blocking.
He just keeps on attacking with the yards here. Again, you see him.
Lots of good blocking here, Chris.
You know, I noticed
that's good. Service right down that field.
Yeah, that's very impressive. It's going to be interesting to see. I got to think he's well
over 200. 1st and 10 now for home-standing Patriots. Wilson 35. All of a sudden, Yorktown threatening once again. Up the middle handoff. Not much for Steve Smith on that one.
Well, one thing Yorktown has not shown that they can do really well on offense now is the passing game. They've gotten a couple of passes. A couple of passes.
Did lose one on that one. Kirby Long with the give.
Up the middle.
Looks like Smith again. This time he got a few more.
going to be a nice ball control offense now for Yorktown. I think you're going to see a lot of running plays. As Watt said, I don't think they've shown a lot in passing, but I think what you can expect is that they're not going to pass it if they don't have to. They can continue to run it.
Yeah.
You know, if you can break off 5 yards every time you run the ball.
5 yards a pop, and then if
That's good enough.
the defense can't stop you, why
That's
change?
right. That's right. That's right.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Let the clock run. Here's our man Millen again.
There he is to the outside again, near the sideline. Brought down by basically a convoy of Wilson Tigers.
Yeah. But not before he gets a first down and gets about 10 yards.
Here he's a nice little pitch.
Yeah.
Long.
There we go again. Boom. Boom.
Yeah, Million's got to be well over the 200-yard mark, would you not say?
Yes. Would you say that he probably is the early clubhouse leader for player of the game?
Absolutely. We'll put him on our truck. We'll put his poster on our truck.
Up the middle, Smith.
That's Smith again. It's nice to have that diversity, Chris. You have the big man in Steve Smith always getting the ball up the middle, running between the tackles, whereas you have Maximilian, the taller, faster, more elusive player running around the side, getting to the sideline, getting to the outside quickly.
Yeah, very impressive.
Just a different running style that works for Yorktown and Bruce Hanson. All right, 2nd and 5 now for the Tigers.
Coming up on the halfway mark of this 4th and final quarter, 6:17.
Let's
see, he's they caught him.
Long. They got him that time.
I was just about to say he's better when he sprints out that way, and I think if he had not gotten caught, but he got, I think he got the cramp. There we go, cramp. And that was a big play because he's had to have assistance on the field. Means he's going to have to come out of the game. That's going to put their backup quarterback in for a 3rd down. But I think for Yorktown, this is going to be 2-down territory. So here we go. So we see some of the Wilson players there, the coach talking to. Again, a shot of the crowd.
A future Patriot.
Future Patriot.
Maybe Patriot.
Future somebody.
Yeah.
And the band is kind of
taking the action, and so is the band.
Band's taking a break. There you see 5:54 left. Nice looking scoreboard here.
Yeah.
3rd and
10. Go over some of our games again on the upcoming schedule, Chris. Our next one, 7:30 p.m., September 9th. That is next Friday from now. Thomas Edison will be at WNL. That game, of course, at Wakefield High School.
That is one of the earliest, if not the earliest, national district opener we've ever had. Because generally speaking, in this district, you know, because it's been seven schools, but generally speaking, you don't play any district games until the end of September. You use like the first 3 are non-district games. So for Washington Lee, again, we have a new team in the district, so now you got 8 schools, which is 7 games, but that's still early to start.
Other games, Dominion at Wakefield, Loudon Valley at Yorktown, Jeb Stewart at WNL, WNL at Wakefield, Wakefield at Yorktown, and then our Thursday night special on November 10th, Yorktown at WNL, as we always, back in the day, ended with Yorktown and WNL.
That's right. That's always been the traditional season ender.
Right around Veterans Day.
If you don't have anything to play for, you know, it was, unfortunately, in WNL's case, I can't remember when the last time they beat Yorktown. You know, it's been
quite some time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gosh, have they won in 20 years? I'm trying to think if it was a year that WNL actually beat Yorktown. I can't remember.
I don't remember them beating them when we back in the day when we would broadcast Arlington High School football games.
I can't. I mean, there's been some competitive games.
I was just thinking,
but I can't.
There have been some really good games.
The WNL and Wakefield games are always entertaining.
Yeah.
You know, but Yorktown, as far as public schools, has traditionally, they've been the king of high school football in Arlington. They, heads and shoulders above the other two programs. And like I said, again, Bruce Hanson's been at Yorktown for a long time. Same program, W&L, Wakefield. They've changed coaches, and you just can't continue to do that.
Yeah, Hanson's definitely a mainstay in Arlington.
Maybe they'll name the stadium after him when he gives it up. What do you think?
Why not? They did that at Scott Stadium at the University of Virginia, right? How about Hanson Field at Greenbrier Stadium? Would you like that?
No, actually they didn't. As we go back to action, he fumbled the ball, and and Wilson has it. Oh, that was a clip and they didn't call it. That was a clip and they didn't call it. Wow. Another turnover right when they were going in.
Big play.
Boy, here's a replay. Now, let's see. I think we got some good camera working because, man, I could have swore I saw a couple clips here. Let's see here. Okay. Now, that was a clip.
There's another one.
Wow. Not to be hard on the refs, but we're looking at it on the replay.
That was Rashad Fox.
I guess you could say things maybe evened out. Yeah. My man here is still wolfing for a call. He should be happy now. He's getting I don't know how many calls. He's been wolfing all night. So, look at the coach. You see the coach? If we could get that again, we'll see. But the coach was running with the receiver for like 30 yards. Or the player 30 yards in the field.
All right, here's Nanda Holmes on the outside. Breaks a tackle. Eludes one. Slips to the outside and it's finally brought down.
Yeah.
Oh, brought down. Pardon me. Broughton.
All right, so. Nice run. 5:14.
Coming up on 5:10 now.
It's going to be under 5 minutes when this snap takes place. Boy, Wilson really right in here. Touchdown, 2-point conversion. But I really do think they're going to need the touchdown 2-point conversion. I'm not sure that they're going to be able to get the ball back again and score if they don't get the 2-point to tie it.
Wilson in the I formation, the give to the up back. And that is Donald Farrell. That is Wilson's version of Steve Smith, actually, their big man.
Yeah. Very impressed with Wilson, man. Like I said, I have to follow and see what they're going to do this year. But the other thing, as we look at this clock countdown, keep in mind, in the third quarter, Wilson burned all their timeouts.
They have no timeouts
left. No timeouts. So that's another reason why I say they almost need to score and get the 2-point conversion, because I'm not sure that they're going to be able to get it back. And they're moving the ball by one. They haven't shown that they can necessarily move the ball by passing. And so they really do need to score on this drive.
Ball at the 44-yard line.
But
the Tiger bench is going crazy. They're a bit loud right now. Yeah. They're talking it up.
Yeah, I love it when they go over to their fans with their ear. I can't hear you.
The players are getting the fans into it.
Well, there's nothing quite as impressive as the players being louder than the cheerleaders for Wilson.
That's right.
That's what's going on.
All right, 3rd and 1, Chris, for the Tigers. It's the Q sneak.
Right up the middle, and he got it. Easy first down. So that keeps the drive going.
Ball will be placed at around the 40-yard line. So it's a 1st and 10 for the Tigers in Yorktown territory. 4:15 and counting now in regulation.
Yeah.
Yorktown up by 8 points, 28-20. We are at Greenbrier Stadium. Chris Cherry and Afshin Banab here, bringing you the first game of our 2005 football season between Wilson and Yorktown.
And that's the big thing. What has kept Wilson in the game is improved second half play. 3 big Yorktown turnovers. 2 in the red zone.
2 in the red zone, exactly. Crump in motion. And there's the give. That is number 7, Nada Holmes.
Yeah.
Amanda Holmes.
Uh-oh, we got a flag.
Yep.
Flag it right around the line of scrimmage in the area where it could be holding.
It's a
And
nice
that's what it's
burst.
going to be.
A nice burst, but it is holding. It will be brought back.
Holding from the spots is right about the line of scrimmage, so you're going to have 1st and 20 coming up. Well, let's see, maybe slightly behind, maybe about 2 yards behind. So we'll take from this. So you're talking about 1st and 22 maybe. Yep, first and about 22 to go. That was a big penalty call right there.
Hey, y'all, we still on offense.
Yep, this is moving back to their own 48 now.
Yeah. I don't know if our cameras can get a shot right here on the press box side along the fence, but this guy, man. I just been checking. He all night long. He's been begging for calls. He got 2, but now he's upset.
There he is. He's talking.
Whoa.
Brooks complete.
Wow. Okay. Good.
That is to Danny Powell.
And a good catch. Good catch.
There he is. He's the man in the red shirt.
Yeah,
There he is.
There he is. Is he get on? Wave to the camera,
Wave to the
my
camera,
man. There you go.
There you go.
That's Wilson's biggest booster tonight. He's yapping at the officials the way the coaches can. We're now at 2:53.
All right, it's 2nd and 14 now for the Tigers.
2nd and 14. There goes the run. Wow.
There is Holmes again, but not much doing there.
Yeah.
Brought down quickly.
Yeah.
William Harris with a nice tackle.
And they got to go on the fly now. Again, after they burn those timeouts. They got to, call the play on the sideline. They can't get organized. And this is where you really could use them because this is really 2-down territory.
This is
we're talking about 3rd and 10.
3rd and long, and by the time this play gets off, we will be inside of 2 minutes.
Yeah, he's kind of told his player what he needs to do. I guess they're going to have to pass. I don't know what kind of pass they could. They could try that screen that was successful earlier, but I think Yorktown might be ready for that.
All right, Danny Powell to the near side, Crump to the far side. T formation. There's Brooks. He drops way back.
For a screen.
Yep.
There it is.
There it is, and it goes to Van Camp. And he's driven out of bounds. So this will bring up a 4th down and long. So
Yorktown was looking for that, though.
Yep.
The thing is we could see up here when you just drop back, you used to drop back 4 yards. When you dropping back 10 yards from the get-go, you're already looking for that. But this right here, this is it for Wilson. This is it for Wilson right here, 4th and 5, because if they don't get it, they have no timeouts to stop the clock, and that's going to be ball game. As our microphone falls there in the grass, our microphone to pick up the crowd. This is the play of the game right now. 4th and 5. Wilson has got to make it in order to have a chance.
All right, he's looking at Crump right now. He goes up top for Crump. He dropped it.
He dropped a touchdown.
Oh.
He dropped a touchdown. Geno Crump. And here it is. This is the play, and this is the touchdown, and he dropped it.
Beautiful throw.
It's right in his hands. Not going to be critical on high school kids either, but you know, that was the ball game. That was right in his hands, and nothing you can say.
No, Yorktown just takes over now.
And I know he knows what to do. He's heartbroken. He's just coming over already. I don't know if we can get him.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
He doesn't even want anybody talking to him.
Yeah.
All right, 28-20 Yorktown up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's he's really upset, and you know, the coaches Yeah. Yeah. Some of his teammates, as we look at teammates, are trying to talk to him, but he's basically he's distraught. You know, there's no other way to say it.
No.
You know, there's some of the coaches now trying to talk to him, tell him it's going to be okay. Another Yorktown player cramping on.
There's Coach Fleming now.
Yeah, you see now talking to him to try to just get him over. It's heartbreaking in a way, man, because you know, you drop that pass and you know what it means basically. That was your chance to get a shot at tying it. But though Wilson probably won't hear this, I've been really impressed with them in the second half, and I think for their DCIAA season, they show themselves to maybe be a team that can get to the Turkey Bowl. There really was an impressive second half performance offensively.
Good showing tonight here.
Especially
when they put in Brooks, came in later in the game. It sort of turned it around and the wheel started spinning.
Yeah, they got to clean up their they got to clean up on defense now. They got to work on defense. And there's our fan that we're talking about all night. He's been encouraging the guys, and he's right now telling Gino, the guy, that's like, you know, it's okay, don't worry about it.
Gino.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go again. And
all right, coming up on a minute now.
All it is you take a snap and
that's all they have to do.
All you have to do.
Smith on the carry for the Patriots.
And that's going to get us 50 seconds. And actually, depending on how they run this, just run it, and they don't even need to advance the ball for first down.
Kneel on it.
You take a knee and that's it. Because if you get a first down, what happens? The clock will stop. So they can reset it. And now that we're under 30 seconds, that's pretty much it. So all they have to do for their first win of the season to start off 2005 is take a knee and start lining up to congratulate each other, because it will be in the win column.
Yep. Yorktown will continue on, and Wilson will continue on in the DCIAA.
Yeah.
And there you have it. That is your ball game, folks.
Yeah.
Yorktown 28, Wilson 20.
Yeah, very, very